Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. This is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, this is your fight too. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up! This is your fight too. Wake up, wake up! This is your fight too. Wake up, wake up! Wake up, wake up! Wake up, wake up!
I shed tears for my grandson, for my granddaughter, for my great-grandson. This is no life. These folks know what I'm talking about. I met their daughter, her Danielle, spent time with her. Great young lady. And I see the pain in her face every day. You want to do something else besides being in the streets and marching? Get active. Get active politically. Write a letter to the DOJ. Okay? Department of Justice. Write a letter to the Department of Justice. Yo. All right? And ask them to investigate the Hennepin County District Attorney's Office and Mike Freeman. But investigate him and do it the right way. This guy's wrong. This guy's wrong for his position, he's wrong for his job, and he's wrong to people of color. Keith Ellison. I've had a long-standing opinion of Keith Ellison, that Keith Ellison hops from agenda to whatever he can do to move himself forward without really getting a whole lot done. So I'm out here today as a family member. I'm out here today to support Jamar Clark and his family, because that's my fight. That's my fight. Jamar Clark deserves justice. Brian Quinones deserves justice. The way to get us to do what you're doing here and what I'm doing now after 14 months. I was stupid. I have 8 grandkids and 4 great-grandkids, and they're all children of color. You think I don't worry about shit every day now? Because I know what happens. And I know how they do their shit. Thank you for being out here for the fight. But write letters. Go above these local Minneapolis positions, because they're going to pass the buck to the next guy. Or the next level. Or the next this. Or the next that. Because that's what's been happening all these years. When people go to the courts or they go to fight for justice for their family members, they get passed around. Nothing ever happens. And it's going to take forever for attorneys or whoever to get information. But you get passed around. It's pass the buck. And Mike Freeman's good at it. When you write your letter, ask this question. The judge in this upcoming George Floyd case decided Mike Freeman was sloppy.
Listen!
And removed him from this case in his office. I'm here to put this to you. If he was sloppy with George Floyd's case,
Listen!
how goddamn sloppy was he before that? There's family members out here that suffer every day because of how sloppy Mike Freeman was.
Yes!
Is.
Sloppy Mike Freeman.
It's a fight. I appreciate all of you.
My fight's for my family, my fight's for Brian, and my fight's for all families.
Yeah. Woo! Right.
I'm gonna make the announcement.
Get
Sloppy Mike!
out of here.
Okay, no.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah.
Sloppy Mike!
So, again, I fight for families. I fight for all families. It's the worst club you can be a member of.
Yeah.
Because the price it costs you to join is the loss of a family member. But it's the greatest club you can be a part of because of the passion, because of the fight that it brings out of you. These are the most wonderful. I've lost friends, I've grown them with family members, and I'm a happier man.
Yeah.
We'll of local Minneapolis politicians. Go as high as you can go. And hold Joe Biden accountable to honor your vote and to do what you voted him into office to do. Otherwise, he's no better than the piece of shit that's leaving.
Listen!
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna make the announcement.
Sloppy Mike Freeman!
You know you're guilty when your drinking actually gets worse because of everything you did in your past years of office.
Listen!
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm an organizer with the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice for Jamar. We're gonna transition out here, but how many people got a text message about being here today? Did you get a text message about being here today? Okay, so that was like not enough people. So I'm gonna tell you, if you get out your cell phones real quick, and I can find the number. Okay, if you get out your cell phone, I'm gonna give you the number real quick. Because we're about building this movement. We built this movement so much in the past 5 years that we've actually seen a lot more progress in cases than a lot of people have seen in other parts of the country. So we're about building the movement. So I'm gonna give you this number, 612. Again, that's 612-453. Again, that's 453. And then the last is 3152. And so what you're going to do is you're going to text that number right now to get signed up for text alerts. And that's going to what you're going to text that number is the letter T is in time.
details, but what is it? Marching against NYPD rioting. You know, like the specific riot control group that they have. But fuck all of this. Everyone.
Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are. So we tell them we are the people, the mighty fucking people, fighting for justice. Justice for Breonna. Justice for George Floyd. Justice for George Floyd. Justice for Daniel Boone. Justice for Daniel Boone. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are, so we tell them we are the people, the mighty, mighty people. We came to fuck it up. We came to fuck it up. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are, so we tell them Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black women matter. Black women matter. Black babies matter. Black babies matter.
Hey there, how you doing?
Our street! Our street! Our street! Our street! Black power! 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 We got that! We got that! We got that! We got that! Black power! 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 Black power!
This is where we are.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
No police presence. I haven't seen one police officer. Just a FYI.
Just waiting for that dude to do something. Yeah, what a fucking idiot. Fuck that guy. Oh, this dude's got a fucking thin blue stripe mask over there. Watch out for him. There's some fucking sheds out here. I mean, this is the Upper East Side. They do a daily gathering out here. They have been since early protest, and people in the neighborhood have been destroying the vigil that they set up. You know, brutality. Little Proud Boy neighborhood.
Exactly what he did. He used his black family to get into office, then he threw it under the bus, hiring yet another white supremacist police commissioner to implement white supremacist, queerphobic, homophobic, transphobic, misogynist policies throughout the NYC. Everybody get in line. Let's look good. We're going to take a break. We're going to switch the guns now. We need 3 volunteers to go back to gun duty. You just look crazy, that's all. I just look crazy. I ain't been up there for This is so cool.
Smash. Facebook.
Oh, Facebook?
Smash. Space. DA. Topic. Breaking news. Breaking news. Yes, hit like right there.
Right here?
Yeah. Hit like. Beautiful. You're connected.
Thank you, dude.
You're welcome.
Between the refugees, between all the mountains of people, you don't know who they are. You have to make sure that the people that come in, you know who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for my grammar. I don't speak very good English.
And how do you feel about, like, you know, like refugees that are getting kind of rejected? You know, I heard like MPP, the Migrant Protection Program, which was, you know, people that were seeking refuge were being sent back to Mexico to wait before being accepted as refugees or asylum seekers. What do you think about policies like that that have been notoriously like passed by Trump?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a problem with that, okay?
Yeah.
depends on what your refugee status is. Like, are you really being persecuted or not? That is my biggest question.
Yeah.
Okay? Because there's people that would say, oh, I'm a refugee, I'm escaping something, and there's nothing. They just want to come in.
You know, sometimes like I've seen cases where
Look, I'm going to tell you, I'm
Go
an
ahead.
H-1B visa worker. I came here as an H-1B visa worker. It took me 1.5 years, okay?
Yeah.
To go to college, you know, kind of deal. And I had to improve my English. I had to take the TOEFL, okay?
Yeah.
I don't even.
But-
TOEFL? Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, 1.5 years. I have to go to a job interview. I came here legally. I had to wait 5 years in able to become a citizen, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, I did it the right way, and it gives me pride, okay? The people that are here illegally, they wish they could do it right. To be proud of being here.
you're saying people that are here legally tend to be rich.
Well, I know some illegal immigrants that have become rich here in the U.S., yes.
Yeah. But
And
would you say most of them are? Do you think most illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants are?
if you have to pay $1,000 or more for a coyote to come here, it's because you have money, okay?
Well, you said some people do sell their houses though and stuff.
Yes, they do.
And so I have a question. Like you talked about you right with the H-1B visa
The
with
really,
refugees.
really poor people will not come here illegally because they don't have enough money to pay for the coyote. I'm just telling you. Right.
With refugees, you know, they often don't have documentation because they leave in a hurry, or they might not have evidence of abuse because they come from a corrupt country where the police doesn't, you know, keep records of abuse and stuff. What do you think about people in those positions that are really escaping dangerous situation but don't have the important documents because they left in a hurry or they left a war zone?
I escaped a very dangerous situation, sweetheart. And I brought all my documentation with me. I did it the right way and I waited.
So you feel like everyone escaping dangerous situations, wars and stuff, no matter what, should have their identifying documents,
Yeah.
should have evidence, even if it's kind of hard to do.
Would it be hard to do?
You know, I have
I mean,
experience.
I'm just asking
yeah.
you because you're asking me here legally. I waited 1.5 years. My uncle was kidnapped. We were in a dangerous situation. There were guns in the outside of my house.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to somebody else's country and try to steal or
Yeah.
you know try to break the law just because I think I need to. Okay?
Yeah, and-
so like if I park in a parking lot of a person that is handicapped because I'm in a hurry to go to the postal office, would you be okay with that? No, ¿verdad?
I mean,
if I parked in a veteran's place in a parking lot
Yeah.
just because I'm in a hurry to go to Home Depot, would you be okay with that? No, ¿verdad? So, I mean, don't come with me with that thing about...
I'm just saying because, you know, I've met a lot of individuals who escape really difficult, dangerous situations,
Me too.
conflict
I have met
zones.
a lot of people and they're
and-
good friends of mine too.
And they don't, you know, they don't get to take their documentation with them all
I
the
have
time.
friends, and actually my brother is dating one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Well,
totally
yeah.
get it.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for your words. I really appreciate it and stuff. And I'm sorry about the difficult questions. You know, but I felt.
I don't have all the answers, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, Beto, estoy en mi corner. Estoy aquí en la esquina.
But you know, and I try to stay unbiased, but you know, I also try to make sure that, you know, when we're having these discussions, that they're informative and that we're considering both perspectives. So
What town
thank
are
you.
you from?
It's called Hiram Gilberto. I'm Hiram on Facebook.
Hiram?
Hiram, Iram, Hiram.
Ah, pues más fácil así, dime Hiram.
Pues sí.
I-R-R-A-M, ¿verdad?
Hiram.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué te pusieron la H?
Hiram, no sé, pues así me puso mi mamá. Pero
Hiram.
sí, no, I try to stay unbiased, you know, and try to keep everything fair and stuff.
You
So
can't be biased right now. We can't be biased.
as a
We
media,
can't-
I can't be.
We have to. Oh, okay, I didn't know that you were.
What was that?
I no sabía que era de las media too. Why, because
me?
you have a YouTube channel.
I'm independent, soy independiente. Yeah, so.
¿Hiram qué?
Hiram Garcia.
Hiram García.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ándale.
Have a good day.
Buen día.
Hey guys, how's it going? So, I have actually a lot of experience in the immigration field. I worked for an immigration nonprofit right before this, so I had a lot of good questions I was thinking about asking her as we were having that conversation. I hope you found it informative. How's it going, man? You mind if I ask you a couple questions?
What you got?
You're Joe Biden after being arrested, right?
Yeah. It happened yesterday. I think I'm out of the election now.
Why do you feel Joe Biden deserves to be arrested or in jail?
Because those kids smell great. I love the way kids smell, and I love rubbing their hair.
Do you think that, you know, Biden's particular criminal charges would be related to pedophilia?
Yeah, I'd say probably so. I think that's pretty sure shot. That'll be some of the charges. The others will be bilking billions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer dollars, and I'm not going to talk about lizard people.
Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything to say? Anything you'd like people at home to know?
Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Looking good. Woohoo!
They might just be going to some convention.
Sorry, guys. I try to get a more in-depth interview, but it seems like I'm just stay in character for at the moment. We want to get to the bottom of why people feel the way they do. How they think. How's it going, man?
It's going well, man.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Cool. So, what brings you out here today, man?
Just supporting our freedom, man. You know, they trying to steal the election, but we're not going to allow it to happen. So we're out here just protesting, letting them know, like, we're not going anywhere. We're here to stay.
And, you know, you're talking about the election being a fraud and stuff. Where do you get your information, and what kind of things inform you about fraud?
Paula, I go Al Jazeera. I like foreign, like Sky News, those outlets. I used to be a Fox until they try to pull an okey doke. So yeah.
Do you feel like they're like hints of election fraud at the moment?
The million they already had. They're going to retrieve the servers. So like Georgia, Pennsylvania, all of those places that were we stayed up and we watched it till about it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then all of a sudden they say they were stopped, and all of a sudden 130 were counted in 1 to 2 hours overnight.
I heard I heard that could have been a typo.
When you look at the difference, Trump was already up 300,000. So it couldn't have been a typo, because the next day those 300,000 votes were being eaten into. So even if it was a typo, they should have removed it, and he would still had over 100 and something thousand more votes.
Why do you think a news network like Fox News is willing to accept the election results when they used to be very supportive of Trump?
Personally, I believe it's a cahoots to sell us out. So they want to cause division. So so the whole country can be divided. They're gonna feel like Trump stole the election, and then once they can spin that narrative, then they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna have everybody rioting and causing anarchy in the streets and so forth, and then they can try to establish a new government to overthrow government. That's how you overthrow government. It happens in every regime.
If Trump, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
you could go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, just like they did to Gaddafi. They funded the terrorist group and they ended up killing them and taking over. So just like they're doing that, they're trying to
in January, what do you think people will do? What will you do, as a response to that?
I would demand my local government to change. So what people don't understand, they're so fixated on what Trump was doing. Trump was doing amazing things in the office, but he's doing it on a federal level. If you want to change things in your community, you have to put pressure on your mayors, your board of commissioners, and the city council. That's how you make changes in your community. So rioting and all of that crazy stuff, that ain't gonna do anything. You have to get out there and do that.
Man.
Okay, my shirt says I'm not. It's black scratched out, white.
And is that a particular response to like BLM or anything, or is that just like?
Well, I don't support BLM. I don't support their movement. I support the phrase itself, because Black lives do matter. All lives matter. But I do not support the movement. The movement is something to take away from Black lives. I'm from New Orleans. They don't talk about the people, the Black lives that's being killed. Or Dallas just had its 208 murdered in the city. They're not broadcasting those type of things. They're not talking about the things that are issues in our communities. Yeah. So I don't support people that just out there when something happened in the community one time or twice.
And what are some of the issues that matter to you in your community, man, that you want to see change?
Issues that I want to see changed in the community?
Yeah.
I want them to talk about the poverty and the homelessness and all of those things. And before I even mention those things, I want to say Trump has already put policies in place to correct those things. Like even by stop sending people to illegal immigration, by cutting back on illegal immigration, because taxpayers, us, the people, that takes away from the taxpayers, because we pay for illegal immigration for people to come here. We pay for homes for them. We pay for the food stamps that they receive and the care that they get, the health care that they get. So if we can cut back on that, we can take care of the people that's supposed to be helped. Like our community. More black confined areas that supposedly are government assistance. The funding never reached those areas, and they're always saying, "Oh, we're going to help and we're going to fund and we're going to do this," but those fundings never reach those areas because it's being taken away.
Do you have any last comments? Anything you'd like to leave with, man?
Man, Trump, 4 more years, 8 more years, make them go crazy, 8 more years.
Thanks for your words. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Capitol building at a Trump rally here, covering the opinions of people that are out here today.
You say stop the steal.
This is independent, unbiased media. I try to completely keep my opinion out of this while bringing you home what is actually happening here on the ground, so that you at home could develop your own opinion about the things that are ultimately, happening in our cities, our communities, and our country. So Thank you so much. There are currently no counter-protesters present that I'm aware of.
Because you lose when you don't. This is the reason why we put this because the last behind you!
Just in case you missed it, you can go to stophate.com and check out my website.
Man, you wanna talk about it on
Sure, let's go.
camera?
Man. Yeah, let's go.
So let me know what's going on. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Stophate.com. Let's see, I started Stop Whites hated blacks, and you know, it's not the truth, man. I don't hate anybody, and a lot of people don't, you know, and so there was this whole attempt by the media to divide people. And we saw that in the early 90s. So what we're trying to do is make people aware that not everybody hates each other. You know, conservatives are not the party of hate. We don't hate anybody. We try to encourage civil debate. We understand that everybody needs a place at the table. Everybody needs to be heard, dude. I don't care what your message is. If you're not heard, you're going to feel left out. So we want everybody to come together in unity as Americans. Left, right, doesn't matter. This is good versus bad right now. We're trying to save this country. We need patriotic Americans to step forward and stand together so we don't end up fighting each other.
And right now, like, where would you say most of this hate is coming from? Would you say it's primarily coming from the right? Is it primarily coming from the left? Is it something that, you know, most of the nation is suffering from?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, man, we've noticed, you know, and like I said, I've been doing this 28 years.
Yeah.
This is intentional programming. The music, the media, the movies, everything you can imagine that is seeded to program us not to get along, not to like each other. And I'll tell you the truth, man, Donald Trump nailed it when he said that the media is the enemy of the people. They are the ones that want us to fight. Donald Trump didn't lie about this election and say that he lost. The media lied and said that Joe Biden won. So when people find out that the media is the one that lied to them, I want them to be mad at the media, not at conservatives and not at Donald Trump.
And so I heard that you felt that there was some election fraud.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So in this case, like, where do you get some of this information? You know, what keeps you informed about election fraud? What about this election makes you feel is different than maybe other elections where there also could have been election fraud?
Absolutely. You know, we've heard these things a lot of times. For the last 4 years, Russia interfered with our election, and you know they could never prove that. And we're not saying that foreign people can't have some influence on elections, but there was not the proof that they said there was. And now they're trying to say that you can't interfere with an election, that this election was totally fine. I have a tendency of not believing people that consistently lie to me. The media lied about the polls with Hillary. They lied about the polls with Biden. The only person I've found that I can trust so far is Donald Trump, and that's left or right, Republican or Democrat. There's not a whole lot of guys on either side that actually work for us other than our loving president.
What might convince you that the election results are legitimate? Like, are you convinced Donald Trump won without a question, or would you like to see a recount? You know, what is it you're waiting to see?
What I would say on that, I don't want to recount. I think there's enough evidence. I think there is evidence of voter fraud. I think the Dominion computer system, the software system that was in charge of a lot of votes is being cracked up, and I think there's a lot of proof happening right there. if we'll just let this run its course, there's no reason to redo things and slow things down and take the time to do. Just let this run its course. Everything's going to work out. I personally have the confidence of any. There's 1,000% that Trump is going to win. There's no question in my mind. Otherwise, the media would not be playing it the way they did. They set it up from the beginning. From the beginning before. See, they did the polls last time and said 98-2. Don't even vote for Trump because there's no chance. That didn't work. Nobody bought into that, and we elected him. So they said, okay, we can't do that again. We've got to make it sound like it's going to be really close so that we can squeak out a little victory. And they can't. It's fraud and manipulation. We learned that in 2016 with interviews from people saying that the system was able to be manipulated from the inside. It's not a glitch or a bug. It's in the software. The people that own these things are what's important.
And again, like, are there websites in particular where, you know, you get this information and stuff? I've heard Project Veritas.
Project Veritas is great. They do good work. You know, a lot of people think they're like one of those, slam reporters, like they go out and do things that are unethical or something. I don't agree with that. I think it's very ethical to get to the truth, however you have to do it, as long as you're not hurting someone. So we've done the same stuff. We've sent cameramen into Antifa groups before, just to see their training, just to see how they operate. So we'll know our enemy because they declare themselves as our enemy. We invite people to our events that we don't agree with or get along with, so we can have these conversations.
And it seems to me like right now, like the general consensus among like mainstream media, election officials, like the GOP election officials as well, that there's no election fraud, and it looks really likely that, you know, the results may not change. How do you feel about like Fox News,
declared Arizona? He's the same guy that asked Trump. Now it's anyone that hates. I'm not for hate from anyone. He is the president. It'll make the difference in what he's doing right now.
To find anything that's really convinced me that there's electoral fraud, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way, and you know, with my research, it feels unlikely that a lot of these lawsuits are going to stand in a lot of these states.
No, I understand.
So how do you feel about that, man? Like, what would your response be if the election results don't change?
I'm not really worried about that. If so, we survived under Obama. We didn't burn cities down like BLM and Antifa. We don't tear things up. We're not going to do that. We're going to do what we need to do legally within the law, within the system. We want to love the other side. The other side doesn't want to love us. Yeah. That's the bottom line. We are trying our best. We have gays, we have blacks, we have Jews, we have Hispanics, we have everybody you can imagine, every group, class, shape, color, size, persuasion or whatever comes to us because we're the party of acceptance. And the Democrats seem to eat their own so much and shove people over to us, and we accept them. We're like, hey, join the family. Everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves, important and heard. And we just want everybody to act like Americans and love each other.
Awesome, man. Any last comments? Anything else you'd like to leave with?
I appreciate you coming out here and doing your activism, man, and doing this kind of stuff and exposing the truths to people. I appreciate that more than you know.
Just trying to be an independent, unbiased journalist, man. That's all. Thank you.
Great. I appreciate you,
I appreciate
man.
it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Visit StopHate.com. Use that somewhere. I'd like a copy of it or something.
What about it?
That's my website.
I'll take a look at everything, man.
Yeah,
I try.
Give me a...
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It's I'm Hiram. Facebook.com/I'm Hiram.
I'm Hiram. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm HIRAM.
Awesome, brother. I
Yes.
appreciate
Thank you.
I love support Trump supporters that absolutely hate what happened to you, and it was bull crap. Absolute bull crap. I was there with you that day on that rally, and you gave me a very fair interview, and I appreciate it. So everybody here doesn't want anything bad to happen to anybody else. We're the non-violent group. That's why David has the Stop the Hate shirt on, because he means it. That's why I have a Bible quote on my sign, and most of my signs have Bible quotes because of the fact that I don't want anybody to see a Trump supporter and think, there goes a hateful person I can't talk to. There goes a person I can't have a friendship with, because I have a lot of friends who are Democrats because I used to be a stand-up comic. And the second I said I was a Trump supporter, I didn't have it.
Can I tell you something?
I got used to that real early. We're coming back right now because there's being I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Likewise. Y'all take care.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Be safe. Yeah.
See you next weekend, right?
Yeah, I'll be out. I'm out every time something happens. No matter what, who, when, where, what. My job is to bring you unbiased information without my opinion interjected. There are people on the street, curiously. And there doesn't seem to be any intervention on behalf of PD. I'm good on the snacks. Thank
I stand here today before you over 50 years ago in Selma, Alabama, where I was a 7-year-old youth at the Pemberton Bridge, where I seen the police literally take dogs and rip black peoples apart. At the age 7 years old, I was there. And it's still happening today.
Yeah, it ain't right.
It's not right. Jamal, purpose.
That's right.
As I look out today, I see everybody, his purpose is enough is enough. Jamal came to make a difference. If you look at the back of my wife's shirt, you see my
a good one. So the streets have been closed by that guy back there. Typically streets are not closed in other situations. Most situations I've been in, specifically demonstrations with Black Lives Matter groups, the streets are not closed off. People are asked to move out of the street and arrested if they stay in the street, but this particular officer decided that he wanted to close the street so that these people could hang out here in front of the Austin, Texas Capitol. Make whatever opinion you want of that information.
He sent back into space. I don't know how your Trump rallies are going. Olympia is just getting started. More people are coming. I'm hearing that there's a counter protest somewhere else, but I haven't seen anything. But yeah. Leaking signs. I'll give it to them. I'm freezing cold, so I know half these people are freezing cold. Half of them don't have shorts on, half of them don't. Oh my God, hell the fuck no. It's so damn cold, I don't even know how the fuck. But this is your people. Now, let's go see how that is doing, because they're not really doing a thing except for just not listening to the speaker and just like this. I love this. Do a little spin, do a little twirl. Let them see you twirl. Let them see you twirl. Show them your feathers. Look at this one. We got I like the other lady. She was twirling over there. She got the little thingy looking like doing her tuck thizzle. She should have done it with the Trump sign. It would have looked beautiful. It would have looked beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go look at the counter protests and see what they're doing over there. Because they came out. Rain, sleet, shine, hail. They definitely came out. Now, the other ones in D.C. and other locations, you see there's thousands of Trumps out here. This one, they didn't come out. They didn't represent for Trump. You'd be ashamed of them right now. Better call the rest of your people. Other locations got more Trump supporters than this. It's a shame that we had to come report here. But I wonder how your Trump rallies are going, you guys. This one's a little small compared to all the other ones. Maybe they'll call their friends. I don't know. But they need reinforcements down here. I'm not gonna was actually better. This one is just too many angry people for no reason. There's supposed to be a counter protest, but I really don't even see where this alleged counter protest is supposed to be at. I'm gonna go see where it's supposed to be. You should see cops taking photos, taking videos. And that cop is actually taking a video of it. Like, cops working with him. You see how he tried to put his phone away? You see how he tried to take his phone away? Yo, the cops be really out here working with the MAGA people. They really out here taking videos of me. Yo, this ain't a friendly ass fucking city. Yeah, I thought all lives matter. Apparently, oh, we see the counter. That's over there. Olympia playing dirty. They playing dirty out here. I'm just because I'm black, but you know they're not racist. They don't see color. They don't see color. Back into my pocket. Don't need that to get wet. Oh man. Them Trump supporters are worried about getting doxxed. That's the first. I ain't never heard of a Trump supporter worried about getting doxxed. But it is freezing out here. A young guy may have to go back and get some gloves or something. Because it's freezing cold. I see a group of people over here. I have no idea if that's supposed to be the counter protest. But we out here just scavenging, looking at the perimeter. Because it is freezing cold, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it is freezing cold. Yo, I gotta look back at my life. I can't believe that cop really deadass took a whole video of me. What you gonna send it to your partners? I hope you got my good side. Ooh, I had to put my fingers.
It's all good. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna say no more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
No, my bad.
Here, I don't believe he's the one that's here. Yep. But I could be wrong. They all look the same to me, honestly. Go. Roll. Okay, let's go.
Keep it moving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Stay tight. Stay tight. Yo. Hey, brother. Hey. Hill. I said, let's go live. Let's talk. You think I'm a fascist, really? Well, let's talk about that face to face, okay? Instead of calling people names, instead of choosing to make me a narrative instead of a human being, and all the rest of the people here a narrative instead of a human being, talk to us. Yeah. Stop burning down everything. Stop beating people up. And that's not all Democrats, but let me tell you something. Goddamn Democrats, you let the radicals destroy everything and make you look like shit. It's embarrassing. Y'all have to be braver than that. I know you're better than that, right? Because this event, yeah, it's a Trump rally, right? But here's the thing. I would love to have it overflowing with Democrats too. I'd love to have you here talking shit about Donald Trump, talking shit about me, call me every last name in the book. I'm not kidding. I was hoping y'all would do that in San Francisco. Instead of walking up to the microphone and calling me every last name in the book, which I was freely giving you a platform to do, instead of walking up and explaining how I'm wrong and how you're right, all you did was knock out my teeth. That's all you did. So I want you to tell how you're right and how I'm wrong. Because here's the thing, I'm open-minded. I'm willing to talk with you. I want to be peaceful. I'm literally willing to be my friend. I'm still willing to be your friend. I'm willing to forgive Chad Loader. I'm willing to forgive Berkeley Antifa. I'm willing to forgive all of you. Why? Because the hate has to end. All right? The hate has to end. We have to get along. We have to get along. You guys
and
say...
what's your solution to ending the division in the country, man? What do you think is going to end so much division?
I have the solution right here. Do you agree with what I just said?
Huh?
Do you agree with what I just said? That we need to end the violence and that we need to be able to just get along and talk to each other like this?
I don't condone violence, and I think civil discourse is healthy.
Well, surely you do believe in talking to each other. I mean, you're here talking to me right now, interviewing me. You give me a fair shake. And look, productive talk, the truth is coming out. And now it's probably going to save my life. Now the rest of my teeth probably won't get knocked out on the way home. Now I probably won't get shot or beaten up. Because every time I go to San Francisco, literally the second I land and I walk out, the police give me a call saying, where are you at? We have to protect you. We have to protect you. Because they're coming after you. Every time. I was just in San Francisco just days ago protesting against Twitter, okay? I went back. Because I take it seriously. Protesting against Twitter. It had nothing to do with Antifa. It was about Twitter. Didn't even announce it, but I went and I protested with a bunch of friends. And what you guys have to understand is that I know there's a lot of Democrats out there that are willing to talk to me and not just call me names, not just write it off as, oh, the media said this. The media doesn't know me. They're just calling me far right because I'm black, I got my teeth knocked out, I happen to be a Trump supporter, and the last thing that they need for their political agenda is a black martyr on Donald Trump's side. Dude, I'm on the American side. I want to save America. I don't want anyone from either side getting beaten up. I don't want anyone getting hurt. I don't want anyone's property getting vandalized. I don't want anyone's cities getting burned down. And that has to end. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
dude, ask
Sorry,
a question.
I thought no. Well, I was just gonna say like, no. Go ahead. Just finish what you were saying, man.
Because here's the thing. You guys want to talk about systemic racism, right? You say systemic racism is why we're doing what we're doing. There's a lot of people made a joke out of me getting my front teeth knocked out. They make a joke out of this. Then you're making a joke out of all.
Looks like the street continues to be closed off. It might be reopening really soon. People are starting to get off the street now. But we're downtown Austin, Texas. Philip was one of the speakers here. He has been banned on various social media platforms for several reasons that I'm not super hyper aware of. I know that he's a figure, so make your opinion of him as you wish.
Pedestrian bridge. So this is a long time ago. And when I was reading the student newspaper, and in the discussion about the 4th Street pedestrian bridge, which was rife with white supremacy, there was a cartoon that appeared in the student newspaper, and it depicted the new pedestrian bridge, and the artist had superimposed a gun over the pedestrian bridge. So it was a gun from the neighboring community pointed at the University of Rochester. And again, that is the perception.
Wow.
That this university is not in and of itself part of this community, but victimized by this surrounding community that is 42% black. And so when we have these conversations, it is so important that your voices as black and brown students in this community are paramount, are the leading voice in these discussions. So again, I want to thank you. As Ethel mentioned, I'm on the Brighton Town Board, and we were talking about an incident at a campus facility that actually is in Brighton. It's a URMC facility. It's in Brighton, and it was policed by the Department of Public Safety here. But there was an incident where there was an armed at the facility. And the Brighton police, they made an agreement with the town of Brighton that they would have. And I say this, and this predated my service on the town board, but I say this just to emphasize that not only are we interconnected, but decisions are being made by elected officials within this community that have implications for the University of Rochester as well. So it's so important that all of you do not remain in your ivory tower. It has been so refreshing to see the amount of support from University of Rochester students for the local Black Lives Matter movement, and also for the Justice for Daniel Prude movement that's an extension of the Black Lives Matter movement, because you are part of this community. You are part of not just the University of Rochester. You are part of the greater Rochester community. And the black and brown people in the greater Rochester community we need you. We need your full presence while you are here. We need you to be outside of the ivory tower and on the streets with us. So thank you for everything you do, and thank you for having this very crucial and poignant discussion about how we envision public safety and who should be involved in that decision-making process. Because all of us are directly impacted. And like one of my favorite representatives says, Presley, she says, they need to be closest to the power.
Black power! 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 Your future, guys. Your future right here.
Thank you so much, Patricia Boyer. Hey, I put in the work for y'all today. Tune in tomorrow, y'all. We got some big news coming out of Cedar Hill tomorrow. We'll be going live in the late afternoon. Justice will be served. Keep the faith, y'all. Keep the faith. Cool glasses. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna have to change y'all. Sorry, in the description I have 200 black men, but it's black men and women. Actually, there's a mixture, but for Black Life though. So I'll make sure I add women in there. I'll edit that. Thanks for tuning in, Amarillo. Rory, nice to have you on board. We're walking down Malcolm X, headed toward Martin Luther King Boulevard.
This is what revolutionary war looks like. Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong. All power to the people. All power to the people. All power to the people.
Well, there go one. Can I see your shirt? Your shirt.
This is what community looks like.
Well, come on. You can still be here. We still got a little over a half a mile to go.
This is what community looks like.
We're just passing Pine. Crossing Pine. Crossing. We'll get that good old ride in a minute. No, if they can do it, I can do it. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thank you, Smash. Make sure y'all send Smash some love.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I take that as a compliment. I get that.
You can screen record mine or BZ's, either one, actually. We appreciate you guys there doing that. Thank you.
Fuck all of you fucking assholes! You got nerves to show up here!
Oh, I see it.
Right? That's some of you officers right here! No good cops in a racist system! 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 No good cops in a racist system!
Our phones are auto shutting off, and they never do that when we're live. So they keep going off as though we aren't using them, and that pauses the stream automatically. So we're trying to stay on top of it. Keep telling me if BZ goes down, let BZ know if I go down. We are trying to keep it so that we have a feed going at all times.
Oh, I don't understand why y'all are so bad. I thought blue was better. All of you! Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, let me get my card. Hey.
What publication are you?
With ABC.
ABC. Thank you.
Come on, see what you like, fighters! Fuck you, racist pigs! Fuck you, fascist! Yeah, you are fascist! Throw you in jail in a split second, in a New York minute.
Thank you.
And by the way, I got news for you. America was never great, so you can't make it again. By the way.
Can I walk through there? Seems pretty open. Am I allowed to walk through? What happens if I do? What happens if we do?
Hey. Fine. I got it. It was a joke. Fine.
Y'all are so sensitive.
Fucking snowflake. Fuck you, Dave, but I ain't gonna lose some pounds. Hey, fuck you! Fuck you! Choose life! 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 No child sacrifice! No commies! No pedophile! No child sacrifice! Trump is a pedophile, sorry. No pedophile!
No children sacrifice?
What? Children sacrifice? Who's sacrificing children? Wait, I gotta hear this news conspiracy. Like the first time I heard this.
That's homeboy from Lafayette! I remember you! Martinez! I remember you, Martinez!
Hey, I remember you!
He rolled down the stairs in Martinez. Tell him.
Hey, you rolled down the stairs in Martinez!
He rolled down the stairs in Martinez.
Wait, hey guys, tell me who's sacrificing children?
Hey, Kim!
No commies! No pedophiles!
I'll try not to sacrifice the child today.
I think you're like chatting on your own. No child sacrifice! No commies! No pedophiles! No child sacrifice! Who's sacrificing children? I'm honestly curious!
Hang on, real quick. Hey! Every single one of your fucking flags is backwards!
Your flags are backwards!
Every single one of your flags is backwards!
From your flags to
Literally every single one!
I gotta tell you something because I'm not sure if you guys know, but your Trump flags are backwards.
All of them!
You might want to like flip it.
Your Trump flags are all backwards! I know you can't read, but it's the other way!
Hey, all your
Letters go left to right, guys! Left to right!
Hey, all your ancestors are fought in World War II. We're Antifa, by the way. Anti-fascist. Antifa's not a group. We're anti-fascist. You like this country, go find another. Maybe China. Hey, go fuck yourself, Nazi. Go home, Nazi. It's okay. Go it. Go it. Go it. So, we're here to let you know that we're not dead. We're not gonna take it.
Move away from him before I move him. Fucking brakes, dude. No. Brakes. Listening. Went to
He also told us last week that he was raised by OG Sheriff, and we were
from the general public. There was seating for around 100 people, but only about half showed up. Outside the taped area, a group of us had gathered to pay our respects. At the last minute, one person inside the taped area handed us a sheet of paper for the ceremony. No one else acknowledged our presence or even looked at us. The empty seats, the military people's attendees standing outside the tape. Honor, the greatest ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, which in 2020 has been ripped away from us all. At the end of the ceremony, we had a chance to talk to one of the veterans. He was so apologetic for our exclusion. He understood the tragic irony of what had just taken place. He was deeply disturbed by how events leading up to Remembrance Day have unfolded. Military personnel being told they could not attend a Remembrance Day ceremony in uniform. Whole Foods banning their employees from wearing poppies in work. I hasten to add that Whole Foods did have to retract that particular mandate fairly quickly after there was outrage from the public. But the fabric of freedom as we know it, guys, is coming apart at the seams. On the government page, Veterans Affairs Canada, I found the following statement. We often take for granted our Canadian values and institutions, our freedom to participate in cultural and political events, and our right to live under a government of our choice. The Canadians who went off to war in distant lands went in the belief that the values and beliefs enjoyed by Canadians were being threatened. They truly believed that without freedom there can be no ensuring peace, and without peace, no enduring freedom. The pursuit and protection of that freedom that we used to enjoy relies upon two things: courage and sacrifice. It meant facing fear and knowing that dying for what you believe in is a reality. Those who have given their lives for us are truly the heroic ones. And now, in 2020, there is no dying for our freedom. Instead, the orchestrators of this insanity that we're living in are lying about our freedom. Now we hide away. We're fearful. We don't connect with other human beings. We no longer seek out happiness, hope and support. We have lost the essence of what it means to be human, masters of our own destiny. We are part of the greatest social experiment based on the poorest scientific evidence the world has ever seen. But know one thing. We are victims, in many cases, by consent. We now do not consent. Everybody here today is fighting for the truth, rights and freedoms for us all in this crisis. We are in the minority. Before the Battle of Britain, Winston Churchill, after a few minutes' silence, said, "Never in the history of mankind has so much been owed by so many to so few." I am proud and humbled to stand with all of you here today and across the world. We are the few. On the subject of those who are truly good, many of you by now will have heard of our dear friend in Ireland, Dolores Cale. She has a team of top expert law and humanity. Truth will out and good will overcome, lest we forget.
Awesome, thank you, Karen. Yeah, that was an awesome speech. Thank you so much again to Karen. That was wonderful. Thank you, guys. I'd like to remind you guys, so if anyone would like to stick, so we're going to march down through. Welcome, Lorna. Big round of applause for Lorna.
Just give me a moment. I stand in absolute wonder of what I see as so.
Love. Positivity. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you love.
We're just following you because I think it's fun to follow y'all.
I guess that's what winners do. They follow people. What the losers
Top first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 11. Top first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. people. You knew two people switch. They switched. Two. They switched back. Two people. Two people. March is moving. March is moving. March is moving. Drink, Spice Girls. March is moving. Stop drinking. Come on, Spice Girls. If you want to be my lover, come on, get with my friends. Let's go. If you want to be my lover, you gotta calm down, Fascist. If you want to be my lover, my best friend will punch you in the face. Fascist never ends. If you want to be my lover, I'll let my best friend punch you in the face.
Sorry.
I want to be your lover. If you want to be my lover, my best friend will punch you in the face.
Again, and then you're gonna walk all the way over to Southeast Anacostia.
It's called indoctrination, mind control.
You know this is indoctrination? You know the whitewashing of history and native lands being destroyed? Yeah. You know, do you know what land this is? It's called the Piscataway. This is indigenous land, thank you. Your boys don't mean shit. Your boys don't mean shit. Stolen land. Stolen land. That's what you fucking think.
All right, fan back out.
The difference between me and you is I actually do combat training on the weekend.
Gil, watch the video. Spread out. Two down. Spread out. Right side, slow down. Keep the line. Good.
Fucking Piscataway land they're walking on right now.